Welcome to This Day. It is Monday, November 10th. I'm your host, Bree Cox Kennedy. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Always Sunday fun day. Got to do my 2-hour beach walk. I highly encourage you folks to go over to Laguna Beach or Crystal Cove and take those amazing beach walks. They're grounding, they're refreshing, they're energizing. Just love them, and also love being with you here on a Monday morning. On today's show, we've got Advanced Hearing with Stuart Spencer. He's going to be telling us how AI can significantly help improve your hearing. And then we'll get an update with the Democratic Club and Alan Feldman. But first, folks, we always want to keep you informed. Tomorrow is Veterans Day. We want to give a big thank you to our veterans. We're so grateful. This Veterans Day, say a hearty thank you by honoring the men and women who served our country at a special event in the Clubhouse 2 Sequoia Ballroom on Tuesday, November 11th from 11 a.m. to noon. The event will feature a performance by Kathy Rath, tributes by guest speakers, and colors presentation by American Legion Post 257. Light refreshments will also be served. If you'd like more information, get a hold of Recreation by calling them at 949-597-4285 or email recreation@vmsinc.org. All right, folks, let's take a look at our 5-day weather forecast. There's not a lot of times when I have a variety of things to tell you about, but this week is an exception. We start off warm and sunny today with highs near 84 degrees, cooling slightly tomorrow to around 78 under some high clouds tomorrow. But by Wednesday, expect a noticeable drop to the low 70s. Look at that, folks. With more clouds drifting in, Thursday and Friday are going to bring a pretty significant change. Cool and rainy with periods of heavier showers and highs in the mid-60s. Friday stays cool with a few leftover morning showers. Then hopefully the sun will return by the weekend. Bottom line this week, folks, what starts off as sunshine and warmth takes a big turn midweek into cool and rainy. So get out there, enjoy the warmth, and have rain gear and layers ready for the back half of the week. Sunrise this morning was at 6:18 a.m. Sunset will be at 4:50. This photo was sent in to us by Judy Blondo, Memorial to Armed Services, Clubhouse 1 here in Laguna Woods Village. Thank you for sending that in, Judy. If you'd like to send us your photos, we'd love to put them on our show. Please email those to us at lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Please send us your name, where the photo was taken from, and in a horizontal format, please. We've got just a couple of meetings to tell you about before we head on over to the break, and when we return, Advanced Ear Care with Stuart Spencer will be with us.
We're Denise and Ann with Legacy Arrangements.
We help families plan ahead for future funeral and cremation pre-arrangements. We represent over 70 mortuaries in the Southern California area.
We know these conversations aren't always easy, but we understand how truly important they really are. We are dedicated to making an uncomfortable conversation as comfortable for you as possible.
By planning today, you're going to lock in today's cost, and you're going to let your family know your future wishes.
It's truly a gift you give your loved ones.
Irvine Air has been proudly serving Laguna Woods for 10 years now with 25 years of HVAC experience. We provide affordable prices for our customers and try to get them the best deal and the best equipment available. We strive to repair and improve existing HVAC systems. At Irvine Air, we give our customers a great deal, and your satisfaction is our #1 priority. We do it all. Installation, service, maintenance, repair. Call us today or visit irvineair.com.
At Petwell Clinic, your local fast relief pet care clinic, there's no waiting days for an appointment. Just walk in when your pet needs care. From the moment you arrive, you'll feel our commitment to openness and service excellence. You remain by your pet's side throughout their visit, and all charges are clearly explained, so there are no surprises at checkout. Serving Laguna Woods Village, we are committed to kind and accessible pet care. Petwell Clinic, your most convenient option for quality pet care.
What would it feel like to hear better? Many people are trapped in the isolation of poor hearing and don't realize it. Even people that are wearing other hearing aids. They only know the way they hear, not how much better they could be hearing. We've taken patients that were hearing 24% of conversations and improved them to 92%. A life-changing difference. Put on these hearing aids and hear better, automatically. No buttons to push or technology to fear. Artificial intelligence and these products do all the work. Don't settle for less. And remember, tell them Stuart sent you.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. As promised, I have the incredible Stuart Spencer here. He dared me to say that. From Advanced Ear Care. Hi, Stuart. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, Bree. Thanks.
It's just, you always bring a smile to me. You're always such a pleasure to talk to and have on the show.
Oh, thanks. I enjoy being here. Likewise.
Yes. Well, you've got a lot of fun things to share and tell us about. Let's start off by talking about your Starkey Gala event.
Wow. Yeah, that was a fabulous event. That was just about
a week and a half ago up in Minneapolis. You know, we had a private, basically, concert. We called it an intimate evening with Elton John. And,
well, not everybody gets to do that.
No, that's for sure. And so there's about 600 people, came and, raised money for our Starkey Hearing Foundation. And that's, getting kind of rejuvenated after being down for a while. Shut down during COVID. Now it's coming back. So, now they're really funding, these institutes around the world, to train and educate hearing aid providers for different countries. So because some of the governments will provide hearing help, but there's nobody to fit the hearing aids or see the people. So we're educating them. And so we used to go in, do all the fittings, everything else. Now we're educating people to be there, stay there, become licensed. We're starting universities in these countries. So it's a big deal. And boy, we had a lot of fun. Elton was there, Kevin Costner, Gina Davis, Jimmy Jam, Chris Tucker, on and on, David Foster. It was really a fabulous event, so we raised a lot of money. And so we're going to be back at it. Matter of fact, that foundation just flew to El Salvador yesterday, where we're opening up, a new institute down there in conjunction with Carla and Fred Rondeau, who we've worked with for over 30 years. So it's pretty exciting, it really is.
You have a lot going on.
Yeah.
What do you think enticed these celebrities to join in on a cause like this?
They've seen our work. We've done this for, over 25 years. So they've been a part of it. Elton's joined us on some of our missions and come along with us, and so is Kevin Costner. Kevin Costner is our new spokesperson for the foundation and for Audibel Hearing Network. And, so they know the work we do. They know we're boots on the ground, and that we really, what we do, they see it, and they're like all in. They know, that we help people hear better. So we had a lot of fun, dressed up in costumes. That was our rock and roll costume with Kevin Costner. That's my wife there with me. And so we had a blast. So it was a lot of fun.
So when you mentioned is that going back to Starkey?
Yep.
And tell our audience, tell our viewers, what is Starkey?
So Starkey is Starkey Labs, is a manufacturer of hearing aids, hearing protection, and a lot of other kind of medical equipment for hearing and hearing loss. So, they've been around since 1960. So, they've been pioneers in developing different types of hearing technologies around the world. And I mean, they have really knocked it out of the park. I mean, I never thought we'd be where we're at. This new Eris product we have is a game changer.
Let's talk about this.
Yeah, so we have, we've gone through, little changes, and we've gone through big changes. This is something you don't do overnight. We've worked on this for 15 years, and now it's just really come together. Anshin Bulwick is our lead research engineer, but we have teams, all over the world, in Israel, India, Berkeley, Minnesota, and these are people that have worked on this for about 15 years. And so now they've just taken it to a whole new level, where we've identified and programmed about 100,000 different noises into the hardware of the hearing aid. So now the hearing aid in real time can recognize noise versus speech and actually separate it, which has been a well, the paramount problem of hearing instruments forever. But Audibel's, been able to really deliver this kind of product. We put this on, people are like, oh my gosh. And I mean, people like Elton, and Paul Williams, different celebrities I can't mention, that, they know sound. They know sound really well. And we put it on, they go, oh my gosh.
Really?
That's amazing. And
Now,
then they
now
go
can
out
you
and
just
wear it.
get that technology over to Verizon
Yeah.
so it doesn't pick up the background noise when you're trying to have a phone conversation?
There you go. So it's been exciting. It's really exciting. So
Yeah, so like you say, it's like a superhuman
yeah,
hearing aid.
boy, it really is. We can actually help people with normal hearing hear better in noisy situations. So I mean, it's getting to the point to where we can do this. I mean, this is just the beginning. It's going to be kind of like what we call a hearable, where, it's going to do that, balance, oxygen testing, your blood pressure, and oh, by the way, it helps you hear better if you have hearing loss.
Wow.
So as well as the streaming capabilities and the other interactive, features of the hearing aid. So it's pretty amazing.
Stuart, was it ahead of its time?
Yeah, well, this is,
Kind of.
cutting edge for
did
sure.
AI have to catch up to where
Yeah.
the advanced technology was?
No, I just think we just have to, continue to learn how to utilize it, and really implement it. And that's what all these research engineers do. So now, for instance, in this product, there's 3 deep neural networks that are constantly running. So, I mean, if I just move my head, it changes the way the sound around me is amplified. So I always have a superior spatial awareness of what's going on around me and the speech clarity that I need. I mean, they can't even measure it, it's so fast.
Wow. And you have testimonials that are just pouring in
over and
from
over and
many,
over.
many people.
Yeah, yeah. Even people
Congratulations.
that were using our most recent technology before this, that wear this and they go, oh my gosh, that's amazing. So
Now,
it's
is this
been a lot of
something
fun.
that they can find at a big box store at
Yeah,
Costco?
no way, yeah. No, it's gotta be, with a private, professional fitting it, programming it, doing everything with it, no,
And then
it
this is
takes a lot.
something that has an app on the phone where you can control it as
Oh
well?
yeah,
Is that-
sure, yeah. So people, and honestly, Bree, before I'd use my app, if I went into a restaurant with my wife, put it on a restaurant, turn it up and down, make sure I heard her. Now I don't even touch them.
Really?
I just hear better. It's just doing all
So it
that
just does
faster
it,
and automatically.
It acclimates it for you.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what people need, They just want to hear better. They don't want to be fiddling with their phones or looking at their phones. They want to be having a conversation with who they went with, So and enjoying
Yeah, without
their
having
family
to
and
stop
friends.
and make
Yeah,
those adjustments, like you
right.
say.
Exactly.
Because that just takes time away from the
Yeah.
intimacy of the conversation, of
That's
the
right.
person you're with.
So, what we offer is people to come in and hear it, because once you hear it, it's like, oh my gosh, that's so much better.
Never go back.
So, we give people a comparison to their present hearing system to the new one. And, it's pretty convincing, it's exciting.
It is exciting.
Yeah.
Does insurance cover any portion of this?
Oh my gosh, quite a few insurance companies do. We work with all of them, and so it depends on what your program is, what your copay is, what your deductible is, all the stuff that we deal with medically, in insurance in every aspect, whether it's an eye doctor or a, internist or whatever. So we check all those benefits. We know exactly where people are at with their programs, and we're able to tell them, how much that'll participate. Sometimes it's 100%.
Wow.
And so, sometimes all they have is an out-of-pocket of a small amount, and they're on the air,
It's definitely
So
worth
the
looking
insurance is a
into.
powerful thing, yeah.
Absolutely.
We work with all of them.
And here for the holidays.
Yeah, that's right. It's so important, right? I mean, family flies in or they fly out to see family. How much time is that? It's a small window, so you want to make sure you're hearing the best you can in every situation possible, especially with your family.
Take it all in as much as you possibly can, right?
Absolutely.
Well, we've talked about this. When you can't hear, you're sort of outside
Yeah.
of the conversation. You don't really feel like you fit in very well.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I was just talking to a gentleman in the green room, and he had a friend that stopped coming to his, like weekly dinner. He said, I feel embarrassed or just frustrated. I'm so isolated.
right.
I mean, you're in the middle of a crowd and you're lonely, I mean, nobody
all
wants
right.
to be there.
Stuart, you're going to fix that.
We are.
Thank you. Thank you for joining me today.
Oh,
Always
thank you,
such a
Bree.
pleasure.
Likewise.
Coming up next, we've got the Democratic Club. Stay with me.
Someone asked me recently, what is Thrive? Thrive is a group in the village that seeks to inspire quality living in every chapter of our lives. They asked, how do you do that? We bring people together and promote themes such as kindness, positivity, joyfulness, resilience, and mindfulness in a complex world, as these behaviors enhance wellness and increase cognitive and physical health. Come thrive with us at our next event. Just RSVP by emailing us.
Wait is over. A brand new pharmacy just minutes from your front door is now open. Service is our top priority at Laguna Pharmacy. Enjoy free same-day delivery, low over-the-counter prices, and personalized attention, all with the same copay you're used to. Tired of waiting on hold? Our experienced pharmacists answer your calls right away. We are in-network with most Medicare plans and make the transfer process easy. Visit Laguna Pharmacy today for the exceptional care you deserve.
We promise to meet you with an open heart and curious mind. To never have the answers before we've heard your story. Because you are not everyone else, and healthcare is not one size fits all. Highest performing hospital, top ranked physicians, 50 convenient locations, right here in Orange County. You, empowered by Hoag.
Dr. Farhumand and her associates at Brilliant Smile are excited to announce we now feature cone beam computed tomography. CBCT scans have many benefits over traditional x-rays. They are fast, safe, non-invasive, and provide better care to our patients. The 3D images provide an accurate view of teeth, bones, and soft tissue. It allows us to diagnose and treat more effectively. Also, it features modern diagnosing of sleep apnea by checking the airways and obstructions. Get started today. Call Brilliant Smile, Laguna Woods Village favorite dentist.
Thinking about selling your business? Well, now could be the time. Hi, I'm Tom Burns, business broker with the Deal Firm. Since 2008, I've helped business owners navigate the selling process. I've sold all kinds of businesses, from restaurants to law firms, to music schools, and even a fishing resort. I'm a business owner myself, so I understand what this process means to you. Your legacy deserves the right hands. If you're ready to sell your business, call me at the Deal Firm today to write your next chapter.
And welcome back to the show, everyone. Joining me now is Alan Feldman with the Democratic Club. How are you doing, Alan?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you
really
for making an
it.
enjoyable Monday so far.
Yeah, really.
The comedy club around here.
Right.
Well, speaking of comedy.
Yeah.
Prop 50.
Prop 50.
I think the Democrats are pretty happy about that, but help me understand, what is the outcome?
Okay, well, Prop 50, you know what's interesting about Prop 50 to me is that it passed with 65% of the vote, right? So to me, that means that it wasn't just Democrats voted for it and Republicans voted against it. You know, with 65% of the vote, Democrats had to vote for it, independents had to vote for it, and some Republicans had to vote for it. And you're talking about what it is. I thought at the beginning of the campaign it was going to be a real tough call for a lot of people.
So take us back to the basics for people that, you know, sort of surface level listening. Right. Maybe there's some sort of commercial on TV and you're hearing basically what I call is hearsay. Right. What does it exactly do?
Well, in California, redistricting, drawing district lines for Congress, state Senate, state assembly is done by it's called the CRC. It's the Citizen Redistricting, I think it's commission, might be committee. They do the lines instead of having politicians draw the line. That's where you get into gerrymandering, what's called gerrymandering. People I'm sure have heard that term. It's politicians drawing their congressional lines, so they're choosing who they want to vote for them. The voters aren't choosing them. They're drawing those lines. So if it's a Republican controlled states, so Republicans will have an advantage in congressional and state Senate districts, and Democrats are in control, Democrats will have an advantage. So a CRC will do it nonpartisanly, and that's what California's had for the last couple of years. And many Democrats in the Laguna Woods Democratic Club are very much in favor of that. And here we are asking them now to do a change. We got to change. You've supported this for years. It's finally law. Now we want you to change it. And the change was made in response to President Trump ordering the governor of Texas to redistrict You don't do redistricting in the middle of between censuses. Censuses are when we redistrict every 10 years. I never heard of a state or any district redrawing its lines 5 years after the last census and 5 years before the newest census. It's kind of unheard of. The Democrats of California decided we weren't going to unilaterally surrender to that. We were going to change the maps in California so that there's 5 more Democratic seats. It's not that hard to do. And that's what Proposition 50 was. It was an action taken in response to another action. And it's temporary. It ends in 2030 when everything goes back to the CRC. We'll have nonpartisan lines drawn. But that's the amazing thing to me is that it passed at 65%, and what a great job. Not just the Democratic Club in Laguna Woods did, but also all the Democrats in California. It takes us almost a year usually to prepare for an election. We had, 2 months to prepare for this one.
Well, every time the TV was on, every other commercial was about this.
That's right. There was a lot of money.
Democrats promoting it.
There was a lot of money.
It was in everybody's ear constantly.
Absolutely. It was fascinating because at first it was all anti-Prop 50 ads that came on. And then at the end, it was all pro-Prop 50 ads that went on. So it kind of shows you the power of television advertising. I'm an old timer. I don't get my news and things on the internet, but people do. I'm sure it was the same thing on the internet. I would be surprised, but yeah, Democrats decided that we weren't going to go into 2026 with one party having these really make them up as you go rules, and Democrats being tethered to the old-fashioned, the old rules, the old more constraining rules. So,
was there any other state besides Texas and California that participated in this?
Yes, well, not in this, but North Carolina has already redistricted, and they could only squeeze out one Republican district. Missouri, a Republican state, has already redistricted. And I think they only managed to turn out one Republican district, turn a district from Democrat to Republican. And Florida is threatening to do it, and I'm sure they will do it. They will do it soon. Democrats here did it in response to an action.
Yeah, I was going to say, what do you think that the Democrats were hoping to do with this? Was it just to sort of get back at Washington?
Well, I think it was two things. Number one, I think since we had the ability, the state had the ability in the size of the state to counteract the move. The president basically ordered the governor of Texas to give them an advantage, give them an electoral advantage, give the Republican Party an electoral advantage to controlling Congress. Republicans are scared that they're going to lose Congress. People in power usually lose the midterm elections. So that's what this was in response to. What do I think? What would I have liked to see? What I'd like to see is both states go, whoa, maybe we shouldn't do this. Maybe we should leave what's permanent, and not change the rules every time we have an election. But that didn't happen. So, maybe it passed, and maybe it'll happen now. Who knows?
Yeah. Or like you say, they're going to go back to redistricting. Right. Before we're out of time, let's talk about your next event.
Our next event is our regular monthly meeting, regular place, Clubhouse 2, regular time, that third Tuesday of the month, the 18th. Regular time, 7 o'clock, but an unusual meeting. Usually we bring in a speaker who talks to the club, hopefully, about something of interest and importance to them. But this month we're not. This month the meeting is about the Laguna Woods Democratic Club. We have a huge club. We have about 700 members. And many of them are involved in the club and are involved in the most important way. They vote, they go to meetings, they volunteer at election time. But how do I get that email every week? Who puts that newsletter together? How do you identify the speakers and meet voters? So this meeting is going to be about the Laguna Woods Democratic Club, and it's going to feature mostly our standing committee chair people. The committees are the ones that do the work. So they're going to explain how the committees work. And most important of all to us, they're going to explain to our people who are not involved in the club this way, how they can become involved. We need new people. People like me become involved in the, what do you want to call it, the leadership or the administration of the club, and you stay there forever. I've been on the board of the Democratic Club for 10 years, and we're not trying to throw anybody off. but we need to keep the club active. We need to keep the club relevant. We need ideas, new ideas. Our ideas are old. We're living in the bubble of Laguna Woods for 10 years. I have. And I look at things the way I looked at it when I came here, but I don't know how to reach people on the outside. I don't know. I hear these terms. I don't know what they're about. I'm not good on Jeopardy anymore. It's
You got to stay relevant.
You got to keep. That's what keeps it relevant, right? New blood. You need new blood, and that's what we're trying to attract. So it's really it's two missions here. One, to make people familiar with how the club operates, and two, get people who are thinking about being involved in the club to be involved in the club, to at least give it a shot.
All right, so that's November 18th at 7 p.m.
November 18th, 7 p.m., Clubhouse 2. And we will have entertainment, we have singing, and we'll have food, extra food, not just the regular snacks. So you got to know how to attract people at Laguna Woods.
Alan, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate
Thank you.
it.
I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Coming up next, I think the comedy club's over. Comedy hour's over. We're going to take a look at tonight's movie preview, so stay with me.
All right. Yes, I do have a microphone on.
Laguna Woods residents, what if tomorrow something catastrophic happens and you need long-term care? Everything would change overnight. The calls, the planning, the stress. With long-term care insurance, you get help, financial support, guidance, and peace of mind. It's not just about protecting your savings, it's about protecting the ones you love. Call 949-525-0606 for a free consultation.
For over 50 years, we've had the privilege of caring for our community's vision.
From routine eye exams to advanced eye care, we're here every step of the way.
Because clear vision means seeing life's most precious moments.
Thank you for trusting Harvard Eye Associates with your vision today and for many years to come.
Harvard Eye Associates, the future of vision today.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. What a fun Monday morning this has been. Let's take a look at tonight's movie preview, North County, starring Charlize Theron. This is brought to us by Harvard Eye Associates. It's a fictionalized account of the first major successful sexual harassment case in the U.S., Jensen versus Elif Mines, where a woman who endured a range of abuse while working as a minor filed and won the landmark 1984 lawsuit. Sounds like a good drama to watch this evening. Starts at 2 p.m. with subtitles, 6 p.m. without subtitles. And just a reminder, folks, there will be no ThisDay tomorrow as we're going to observe Veterans Day, November 11th. Instead, we've got 3 movies to show you here on the station. That's going to do it for this episode of ThisDay. From all of us here, we wish yours a beautiful one and a happy Veterans Day. See you on Wednesday.